The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good yawning this morning, and welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, your station for fresh news, smart talk all day. It is Thursday, the 27th of March, 2025, and you are on the clock with Erin, Greene. If you heard that music just now, that is Haydn's Keyboard Sonata in F major, and it has another little thing here. But you could tell at this moment that I'm not a classically trained musician. However, I like classical music. So this piece we just played is Haydn Keyboard Sonata, and I played it for a particular reason. The version that I played today is by an artist by the name of Jalou Lang. My guests are going to correct me in a moment.
Xiaolu Zhang.
Jalou Zhang. There we go. Now, if I could put this in Bahamian parlance for you guys, that be bad on the piano, you know.
Bad.
You know. Anyway, it's my pleasure to have representatives from the Nassau Music Society in studio with me today for the first segment of the show. I want to put them first because afterwards, what we're going to talk about is going to provide the soundtrack for the rest of our conversation this morning. These representatives are here to talk to us about the Nassau Music Society, its 56th season, and this upcoming concert with world-renowned classical pianist Jalou Zhang. I'm going to get it right. Now, I want to say to my audience right now, most of us think of classical music that you play in the house on a Sunday morning before it's time to go to church because Grammy don't want no noise in our house. We think of classical music as music you hear in elevators in fancy hotels and buildings. But I am here to tell you today that some of these classical artists, if they were making music right now in 2025, they would be composing tracks for rappers and gangsters. They'd be making the... See, sometimes we are not exposed to the full breadth of production within the classical music realm. I'm going to call off a couple names very quickly of some fast pace. I mean, if I was writing a movie about the House of Parliament, I have in classical music in my sound. Well, he's play them rowing back and forth, the classical music rowing back and forth. Right? I have two different musicians battling each other the same way I'm saying classical music is something else, a broad scope of experience. And today, Nassau Music Society is here to tell us of the organization, why their mandate is to expose the Bahamas to the world of classical music, and the 56th season, all the things that have happened and that are going to happen before the season ends, and this amazing concert that's going to take place Sunday, March 30th, 5:30 p.m., St. Paul's Church Hall in Lyford, just outside of Lyford Key, and it's going to be a wonderful experience. See, sometimes when your granddaddy get in the car and say he going and you can't come with him, that's because he going to go while out to some classical music in the car by himself. He's not prepared to introduce you to that yet. but you mind your grandpa. He out there doing exciting things. So I'd like to ask my guests to introduce themselves, and we're going to begin the conversation.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Cynthia Van Wynen, and I'm the Executive Director of the Nassau Music Society.
Morning, everyone. My name is Barry Williams, and I am the treasurer of Nassau Music Society.
And possibly joining us via Zoom, if they are able to connect.
Would be Dr. Christine Gangelhoff.
Okay.
Dr. Gangelhoff has been our artistic director for many years.
All right. And her specialty is music generally or classical music specifically?
She's a flute background, and she teaches, well, I wish you were here to say, but she teaches theory, she teaches flute,
morning.
she teaches...
I'm here.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome.
And here she
Thank
is.
you. Thank you. And Erin, I really loved your introduction to classical music. That was very well said. Much appreciated. So yes, my background is, I'm a music professor at University of the Bahamas, and my specialty is woodwinds. So flute is my main instrument, but I also teach Caribbean music and world music. So I also have a background in ethnomusicology.
Wow. Wow. See, I didn't know you could do that as a degree, as a specialty, as a focus. Was that a specific degree program that you took on, or did you build your career through various degrees and professional certifications?
Well, my degrees are all in performance, but I always had an interest in ethnomusicology. And I thought about getting a PhD in that, but I decided to stick with performance and kind of do ethnomusicology on the side. So I always participated in, excuse me, for example, African drum ensemble, Indonesian gamelan, Balinese gamelan, different kinds of ensembles, klezmer, Celtic. So it was it broadened my musical outlook, basically, within classical music too.
Absolutely. I want you to know I'm extremely excited to hear this, right? Like that we have this human resource in country. I don't know if you know, but our government is creating a creative and performing arts school. And I hope you know I already signed you up for summer classes. So just be prepared. This is a wonderful opportunity, right? Available to us. Okay, before we get into the conversation, the Nassau Music Society has two concert. Xiaolu Zhang pianist concert on the 30th of March. So to my listening audience, I'm going to throw out the numbers now. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, 242-300-5720 for Family Island listeners. And the text line is 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. And so you have two ways to win a ticket today. I'm going to ask my guests. We're giving away one ticket to one winner. There you go. So you have two ways to win a ticket today. We're giving away two tickets. The first way is to be the first caller to name two classical composers. Be the first caller to name two classical composers, or be the caller to call in. So that is the first caller to name two classical composers will win you a ticket, or you're the fifth caller, because we're celebrating the 56th season. Okay, two ways to win. Again, the numbers to call, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, 242-300-5720 for Family Island listeners. Here we go. So tell us briefly about the Nassau Music Society and its history.
The Nassau Music Society was founded in 1968 by E. Clement Bethel. I think we all know he was a huge cultural icon and major patron of the arts. And his mission back then, as established, was to promote the art of classical music. It was mainly classical music at that time. And also to provide support and assistance to Bahamian musicians and Bahamian students of music. I do believe that we have stayed true to that mission over the years. And I think we did a broad brush kind of calculation of our contributions overall to the music community here in the Bahamas. And I think we came up with about $1 million of musical value. Not a specific dollar amount, but in terms of musical value contributed to the community here over the past 56 years.
Wow. Let's pause for a moment. We've got a caller on the line. I'm sorry I lost you. Caller, again, the numbers to call, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Let's go to the phone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. Could I name two Bach and Beethoven?
Bach and Beethoven. Now, listen, what you know about Bach or Beethoven?
I know Beethoven wrote the Fifth Symphony.
So who wrote am I to presume that he also wrote the fourth and the third?
Logically, I think you're right.
Okay, there you go. Okay, now here's what I need you to do. I need you to hold the line. The producer will take your name and contact information.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Don't hang up now.
No.
Absolutely. Producer, grab that line for me. Take the information. Thank you so much. Okay, so now, first ticket has been given away. Fifth caller, I've had 3 lights, 1 caller got in. Here's what we're going to do. The second ticket will go to whoever could name 2 more classical composers, not Bach,
Not Beethoven.
and not Beethoven. Which one of them was Amadeus?
Mozart.
That's that by Mozart. That's okay. It was a movie. I expect everybody to get that one, right? Because that was one of my introductions to classical music. That's what made it real for me. Although, as I'm older now, I realize how sort of very scripted that or the creative license taken with that biography or biographical narrative. Producer, we could go to the second caller right now, but that made it real. These boys them had real lives, and they were dealing with real treachery and real drama and suspense and emotion and romance, and that made classical music real for me. Boy. Okay, so second will be given to the first caller to name 2 more classical composers. Mozart, Bach, and Beethoven are off the list. All right, good morning, caller. Oh, here we go. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
So would the answer be Frederick Chopin and Antonio Vivaldi?
I can give you that. I can give you Vivaldi. It's Vivaldi. They like to say Vivaldi, but we can give him Vivaldi. You know why? Because he would just be pleased to know that we remember him. I can be honest with you, that boy will just be pleased to know these boys, I'm still playing my music though. Okay, so hold the line. The producer's going to take your information. All right, now to my text winner, I got 1 text winner here. They sent in all the names. They had Handel and Mozart and Chopin. I'm going to take your name. Texter, the National Music Society says that you get a text. You get a ticket for your text. And so I am going to just read off the last digits of your number. So you know it's you, 2648. 2648. I will contact you after the show with details on how to collect your ticket from the Nassau Music Society. All right, I have another text here that says, I'm sure it's about to say, Erin, if you liked Amadeus and you should about the life of Beethoven, lots of drama, romance, and music. Oh, but thank you. Thank you very much. Dear parents, put Immortal Beloved on the family watch list. Check it out with your kids. See, tell them if you want like this idea of unlimited screen time, then you're going to have some concerted, pun intended, screen time, right? We focus on other things. Oh, the person says it's not a movie for families. Okay, don't watch that with your family. We can find a different one for families. Thank you, Texter. Dear adults, watch that. Watch that. Okay, so let's get back to the history. I got another caller. Let's go to the phone line quickly. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller. Ooh, I'm sorry we missed you. It sounds like you just hung up because I could hear my echo. All right, so we got into the history of the Nassau Music Society. It was founded in 1968 by V.E. Clement Bethel with a mission to promote the art of classical music and provide support and assistance to Bahamian musicians and students of music. And Cynthia, you said that the society itself has essentially contributed like $1 million of resources,
Value.
and value, opportunities. Awesome.
That's in terms of concerts and events that we've put on over the years. That would include all the scholarships and grants,
P-Buzz.
P-Buzz, instruments contributions, music competitions, performance opportunities for young performers.
Absolutely.
All of that.
All right, and now we're celebrating our 56th concert season. And since 1968, you've staged hundreds of concerts and music events, contributed over $1 million. And you're registered as an NPO. You're a volunteer-ran organization dependent on corporate and private sponsorship, donations, memberships, and ticket sales. So quickly, how can I become a member? What are the benefits of membership? And then what are the sort of obligations of membership?
So to become a member, the best way to contact us is through Nassau Music Society at gmail.com, Nassau Music Society at gmail.com. And let us know if you want to become a member. We have varying packages of members from bronze all the way up to lifetime. Some of the benefits of membership, depending on which one you get, is our members get a discount on tickets. So tickets for members get concert tickets for $35.
All right.
And by the way, I should say tickets are available at the door as well.
Okay.
And at Customs Computers in Palmdale and Caves Village.
Okay.
And for higher level sponsorships, any promotions that we do, we promote our sponsors. For example, some of our longtime sponsors include Kalina, also include GSO, Linton Sweeting O'Brien, Royal Star Assurance, Young's Fine Wine as well. Some of the ones that come to mind as really long-term sponsors.
Awesome. That is awesome. All right. Kalina is a legacy supporter of Nassau Music Society. And then the Echo team.
Oh, yeah, Bahama. So, we've had a really long-standing relationship with the Bahama team. I mean, they have really supported the Nassau Music Society immensely. They allow us to use the art gallery, Echo Art Gallery. Previously, it was the Current. They allowed us to use at no charge. Really. And we can pretty much call them up and say, look, is it available? And we get it. And John Cox and his team has been significantly supportive of Nassau Music Society over the years. So.
And that's awesome. And I see you have both here, Kalina and Royal Star Assurance, which leads me to ask the question: how many local artists are insuring their instruments? And like, how many local artists are insuring their hands, right? Like for pianists, that comes along with the career. You have to insure your instruments, and your hands are a part of your instrument. Yeah, I just thought that was, fascinating. Most people don't realize that aspect.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I mean, I hear singers also insure their voice as their instrument as well. I'm not entirely sure how much Bahamians do the insurance part of it. I personally have a piano at home, and I have it insured in my content. So it's a good idea to actually to insure your instruments.
Yeah, their parents, as opposed to telling insurance, don't touch that, you may break it. Insure it and make sure you could fix it if it gets broken. Anyway, that's a part of the space that interested me, right? Like I was like, oh, come on, wow. This is how important it is, right? Like, this is how important the instruments are. Mm-hmm. Didn't we have a concert with a world-renowned instrument as the featured instrument? I think, was it a violin? A couple of years ago, I think you guys had a concert with a guest artist featuring a guest instrument. Like, the instrument itself was as prolific as the artist. I think it was a violin.
I know we had the young... violinist, piano player and violin in the 55th season. She was a young Bahamian. Shay, can't remember the first name right now.
So where can we go to look over the seasons? On the website, can we find a documentation of the performances season to season?
You can see on the website, it does need to be updated, but on the website you would see information about the past seasons.
Yeah.
I don't think we have any recordings where you can listen, but you can certainly see the information on past artists and past performances and past concerts.
All right. Have you guys considered composing or producing a season album to generate funds for the organization?
That's a fantastic idea, Erin. But unfortunately, as a volunteer-run organization, we are pretty much running on a shoestring team right now. A very effective, very efficient team, but we are.
We're small, but I think very impactful.
Yeah, well, I think this is a call now, right, for people to reach out to support or volunteer, because I mean they're just constituents of the society. I don't necessarily expect them to come out to a rake and scrape camp and to support that activity. Rake and scrape may not be their thing, but there are people here who classical music is their thing, and it would be great for them to see a space for them to be a part of the organization and a greater part of the community.
Well, classical music, I think, certainly on the piano is foundational for a lot of things, whether that's orchestra or whether that's somebody who wants to get into singing or whatever have you. When you started the show about if some of these composers were alive today, what kind of music would they play? Watching Parliament, that's infusion. I call that infusion, and we've actually done a few things with infusion. The Conky band with the
Conch Shell Band.
The Conch Shell band.
I was going to ask about the Bahamas National Youth Orchestra as well.
And the other one I want to mention is we had Liam Teal last season, and he actually is a steel pan, classical music on a steel pan.
Yeah.
So that's those foundations can lead you into a lot of different aspects of music. And certainly I think if you've got young people who are interested in music, hearing and seeing this young artist that we have could be very inspirational, and you never know what that could lead to with these young people in their musical careers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was going to add that we also have 3 opportunities for people to see him. He is doing one concert, and that concert will be at as we said, at St. Paul's Church Hall on Sunday the 30th at 5:30 p.m. The concert's only about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes or so, because we didn't want people to feel overwhelmed. Sometimes people feel that they go into a classical concert and they're going to be in there for 2 hours and not understand it and perhaps maybe not enjoy it. But we felt that an hour-long concert, well, slightly over, given time for introductions and talking, would kind of hit the mark and give people, not overwhelm people. So that's on Sunday. Tickets can be purchased, as we said, either through Custom Computers. They're there on sale now, or at the door on the day of the concert. On Friday, Xiaolu Zhang will be holding an open rehearsal also at St. Paul's Church Hall. That will be at 10:30. And this is really directed for students and their teachers, or even parents can come with their children to watch this. It's only an hour, and this is an event where he's for his upcoming performances. He will take some time out to interact with the audience, to explain what he's playing and perhaps what he's doing. So it's very unscripted. We don't know what exactly he'll be playing during that hour. He might go back and replay something 10 times to get it right, or he might just play it through and figure it's the next piece.
And talk to the students about why he's repeating it each time, what he felt that he needs to sharpen up. Okay.
And there will be a question and answer period as well for people to actually interact with him directly.
Can teachers and music teachers and school administrators reach out to NMS, Nassau Music Society, to coordinate their students' participation?
Yes, there is a registration form. If people would go to our Facebook page, they can access the registration form. If you can't access that, then please feel free to email us at nassaumusicsociety@gmail.com.
All right.
We would love to see you there.
So Friday the 28th of March is the open rehearsal for junior and senior high school students. The concert itself is on Sunday, the 30th of March, 5:30 p.m. at St. Paul's Church Hall. The open rehearsal will also take place at St. Paul's Church Hall. And then on Monday, March 31st,
we have what we call a masterclass, where Xiaolu Zhang will work with 4 piano students. Those 4 performers have already been selected. I believe 2 of them were top performers, maybe more. I'm not sure were all top performers at the E. Clement Bethel National Arts Festival last season. And they will be, the idea of a masterclass is that the masterclass conductor will work with each student individually for about 15 to 20 minutes. They'll play a performance-ready piece. He's not teaching them how to play something. He is going to evaluate their performance and help them perfect it. Mm-hmm. So it's a chance, and then there's often an audience and people who might not be performing, but they're there to observe and to learn from his insights and to learn how he teaches. It's a great opportunity for music educators as well. Mm-hmm. And this is open to the public to observe. As I said, the participants have already been selected, but people can come and observe that event, that masterclass, and that will be 10:30 to 12 on Monday at the Echo Art Gallery and Museum at Baha Mar.
Mm-hmm. All right. That is awesome. Now let's talk about the artist for a moment. I'm continually practicing Xiaolu Zhang.
Xiaolu Zhang.
Xiaolu Zhang. Mm-hmm. Okay. He was born in, it's going to get even more difficult. Xinhuandao, China in 1999. Xiaolu began studying piano at the age of 4 with Professor Yaqing Pan. In 2010, he was at the Conservatory of Music Middle School in Beijing, where he trained under Professor Yi Lin. In 2017, he moved to Hanover, Germany, to pursue his bachelor's and master's degrees under Professor Ari Vadi at the Hanover University of Music, Drama, and Media. Pianist Zhang has earned international acclaim, winning first prize and the audience prize at the 69th Maria Canals International Music Competition, as well as the Burj second prize at the 20th Paloma O'Shea Santander International Piano Competition. I love it, just the 3 different names, a mix of culture. As a soloist, Zhang has performed in renowned venues such as the the National Auditorium of Music in Madrid. I had to translate that. The Regentenbau in Bad Kissingen, the Graf Zeppelin House in Friedrichshafen. Listen, this.
So make it easier for you.
Yeah, you can pronounce these names?
I can't pronounce them, but let me tell you.
There we go.
Let me tell you the countries. So he's been to quite a number of countries, obviously including Germany, where he's I think he stays now. Spain. Some of those places there that you see there are in Spain. Some are in Romania, and some are Belgium. In all those languages, you might have a little bit of a difficulty. But the point is that this young man has been, is well traveled in terms and been exposed to all these orchestras and the like, and now he's adding the Bahamas to his list, and it's a great thing.
Now, if you want to search his music to prepare yourself for the concert, I'm going to spell his name for you. I found it very easily on YouTube. It's Xiaoluzang. That's Xiaoluzang. I put that in, and he popped right up on YouTube. Not hard to find it all. And the piece we played at the top of the show was from his YouTube channel, so you can familiarize yourself with his work. So once again, we have 3 events. The main event is the concert on Sunday, the 30th of March, 2025, at 5:30 p.m. at St. Paul's Church Hall, Lyford Key, New Providence. Prior to that, on Friday, the 28th of March, 10:30 a.m. at St. Paul's Church Hall will be the open rehearsal for junior and senior high school students. And on Monday, March the 31st, at Echo Museum and Gallery at Baha Mar, we're going to have the master class from 10:30 a.m. to 12 noon. If you'd like to participate in these events, check the Nassau Music Society Facebook page and website for details, Facebook page for the registration form, and again, we can contact Nassau Music
email.
by email at nassaumusicSociety@gmail.com. Okay, so I'd like to volunteer for the Nassau Music Society. How do I begin this process?
Well, send us an email, and we will get right back to you. We'll send you information on all the different membership levels that you can participate in. And if you want to volunteer as well, send us an email and your contact information, and we'll definitely reach out to you. We can add you to our mailing list as well. If you send us your contact, we can achieve whenever we send out information about concerts or upcoming events. You will get those as well.
Okay, so I have ideas I want to share with the Nassau Music Society. I have a small camp, right? And it's like a sustainable camp, so we do upcycling. I would like to partner with the Nassau Music Society to do a camp where I teach the children how to make classical instruments out of upcycled material. And then you all partner with us to say, well, this is not quite classical, but right, we're heading there. And the second idea is I would like to write to you all to say, hey, I would like to suggest a concert series where we convert rake and scrape music into classical music. I want to hear some classical versions of some rake and scrape song. I want to hear Ronnie Butler singing Shepherd Morn to a classical background. Me and my Grammy need this in our lives.
Infusion.
Yes, that's what we calling it, infusion.
I like it.
That's
what I
what
call it.
that's what we calling it. I need that in my life. So I'm going to contact you guys by sending my letters to nassaumusicSociety.com. Okay, well, producer, before we go to a break, let's just talk briefly about the accomplishments, right? What has taken place in the 65th season for the Nassau Music Society. And so you guys did a lot of work with the Ministry of Education, working with the Performing Arts High School unit, and you presented at the Performing Arts Professional Development Seminar in February of this year. And you did a lot of awareness raising through the Ministry of Education in schools about classical music. Oh, you teamed up with the E. Clement Bethel National Arts Festival. Now,
Yeah.
I see this note here that says Sonovia Pierre.
Yes. So Novi, as we affectionately, most people I think affectionately call her.
Yeah.
She's actually on our exec committee
Okay.
as well. And yes, E. Clement Bethel National Arts Festival is certainly under her purview. I think they're doing their rounds around the islands now because that season has started. I think it's going to end in May, and it's very fitting for Nassau Music Society, which was founded by E. Clement Bethel, to partner with the E. Clement Bethel National Arts Festival. We've selected two persons that we're actually given a grant to a music summer camp, who were very instrumental in the festival in terms of their participation or their winning.
Yeah.
And the Nassau Music Society stepped in to give a grant to support them to go to a summer camp for the teacher, which is going to be developmental, and for the student that is going to be in their area of music that they're interested in.
All right. Let's go to the phone line quickly. Good morning, caller.
Sorry, I have a question. I just wanted to ask this question. The accordion. We have a young man who is coming along quite well on the piano accordion, and the piano accordion has crossed over into classical music. There's a very famous Italian who plays it, and in other countries, having a piano accordion in your troupe.
Or to feature a piano accordion
Absolutely.
in
Yes.
your season.
Yes, especially since it is our traditional instrument, it would be fantastic if that crossover could happen.
Absolutely. Would you like me to share your contact information
Please do.
with?
Please.
Okay, I will do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think that's a fantastic idea, and we're always interested in new ideas for concerts that we could put on. So for sure, we'd love to look into this. It's a great possibility.
And listen, let's see. When I say I want to classicalize the rake and scrape, my friend said you don't even have to infuse it, it's already there, right? That this instrument is already there.
And I think I would just like to add that although our backbone is classical music, we have presented a lot of different genres over the years, and we've broadened that to include a lot of Bahamian performers as well. When the Music Society first started, most of the performers were imported, but that is very, very different now. When
Right.
I think our last season we had 9 concerts. 6 of those were Bahamian
Yeah,
performers.
we had jazz. Gifton Jellenham. Some people may know that name. We had Gifton do a concert for us, and that's jazz. We've had school bands, featured in our season finale.
Yeah. Last year, our season finale was what we call a student showcase, because we also feel it's important that the musical talent here that exists in schools is absolutely phenomenal, and not just in Nassau, but across the whole country. And so we felt it really important to give students a chance to showcase themselves. And so we had our season finale last year was it had 4 acts, and we went to primary school, a primary group, a junior high, a senior high, and then from the University of the Bahamas, and it was phenomenal.
Wow, absolutely. See, I don't know. I'm not sure if the people them getting it right. Like, you could go to a classical music concert and you end the night, bam, bam, bam. Like, don't just think of it as what we have been exposed to most, which is sort of very staid and calming, and this is with polite company, and we're going to hold our pinkies up and play the. No, classical music gets wild, and then in a good way. You leave you. I'm talking about. I need to bam, bam, bam. Let me find an appropriate place to do that. Anyway, let's get back. Producer, let's go to the phone line quickly, and then we're going to just run through some of what's coming up next in the season. Good morning. Good morning, caller.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning.
Yeah. My question is, in my briefs, I've been in Jamaica for school for a while, and I noticed that the Catholic nuns, this is a bit back. So, the reason why they have so many musicians, they used to actually teach the instruments. So I'm hearing the musical society, but why is it so hard to find a music school? My daughter's interested in it. She want to learn an instrument. She asked me to buy a flute, but I had cousins in the States who, from high school, their bands are making records. They learn the things like the clarinet, the trumpet, and all of the other instruments. So, I mean, even the piano and the organ. So what I'm saying is there a musical school where somebody could just send their children to learn an instrument? I mean, because
Okay.
listen to music and even the instruments, when any music, once you just say instrumentals, it is quite soothing without words. So, I mean, is there any musical school in the Bahamas? Given the fact that you're talking about schools, but the schools, the government schools are very underfunded, even with art supplies, etc. So I don't know how can we solve this problem, because we could have a lot of talent just going down the drain, because music and learning an instrument is really.
Yeah, and a part of the issue is the cost of instruments, the cost of securing instruments, right, and insuring instruments, keeping them safe. But is there a space where a school that a wide range of instruments are available for students to practice, right? Like to figure out which one they want. Oh, Cynthia, are we still on the Zoom?
Yes. So this is Dr. Gangelhoff, Christine. So I can answer that caller. And there are a few small music schools around, and so there's Bahamas Music Academy that teaches some instruments and music theory and things like that. And then there's some small. He can get in touch with us, and we can direct him. But I also want to mention that UB is currently working on developing a community music school. And so we're really excited about that, and we're hoping to launch that as soon as fall 2025. And that in fact, we're meeting about it today in our faculty meeting, but that is intended to fill a lot of the gaps of what this caller is talking about, because we want to use our growing faculty, because we have 2 new faculty members this year, 2 full-time faculty members, and then we have a growing cohort of part-time faculty, many members of the community who have been joining us, and we have a really great faculty. We do not have a great facility, so that's our main challenge, and so that's the biggest obstacle for us to be able to fill this gap, is because we have the human resources, but we do not have the physical resources. but we are working on it, and hopefully stay tuned and we will have something. I'm not sure where, but we'll have something by fall 2025.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. And again, to the caller, you can write an email to Nassau Music Society with a question, and then they'll reach out to you with this information again, I am sure. And so those the two grants given for the Donseth, North Dakota International Music Camp 2025 went to a teacher and student from St. George's High School, Grand Bahama. And then at the International Music Camp, they're going to do music composition and songwriting, musical theater, choir, and vocal jazz, I think, at the camp. This is some of the sessions.
This is some of the stuff that they can choose from to do. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, that's
the camp is not just music. Also, it's going to be a fantastic
Performing
opportunity
arts,
for the teacher and the student to participate and to meet friends and students across a whole range of performing arts.
And then to see how the
genres.
disciplines interact with each other. Because right now, oh boy, I had a rake and scrape song going through my mind, and all I could imagine was the strings, right? This Shepherd Mondo. I love it. I saw a young person infusing goth rock, rake and scrape. So he was performing Bahamian rake and scrape songs in a goth rock style. Mm-hmm. Listen, it was excellent. It was awesome. It is different. It's going to hit you like it's totally different. But then when you sink into it and accept what it is, it's actually just awesome. I got another text here that says, we got a lot of schools around here to learn musical instruments. Plus, you have lots of organized bands who teach music. All right, and so that means that we need somebody to create a list and to maintain and manage a list on a website for parents in particular and students so that they could know what options are available to them. Barry, Cynthia, Christine, it's been a wonderful time talking with you this morning about the Nassau Music Society, the 56th season, and our upcoming concert with Shalu Zhang, classical pianist, world-renowned, including 3 opportunities. First, the concert, Sunday, the 30th of March, 2025, Paul's Church Hall, Lyford Key. On the Friday preceding the Sunday, the 28th at 10:30 a.m., there will be an open rehearsal for junior and high school students. And on March 31st, that's Monday the 31st, at Echo Gallery at Bahama, 10:30 to 12 noon, will be the master class. Now, it's open for people to observe only, but the artists participating have already been selected for the activity. It's going to be a wonderful weekend. Yes, sir. Please.
Just on the location of St. Paul's Church Hall, it's the corner just before the Lyford Key roundabout, and you go up the hill and to the left is where the church hall is.
All right. So you're going to the first left before
the Lyford Key roundabout. Yeah.
All right, there you go. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And thank you for joining me this morning. I had hoped you could stay for my last segment of the show, but I'm going to talk about traffic. I'm going to have my producer play some fast-paced Vivaldi in the background because I think that's the most appropriate soundtrack for our show in the Bahamas. It's been a pleasure to have you here this morning on the clock.
Thank you so much for having us. It's always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely, Cynthia. Thank you. And I'm inviting all of y'all back on, particularly you, Cynthia, so we could talk about I would like to explore the opportunities that exist for young people in this new environment now where we have the upcoming UB Community Music School, the formation of CAPUS, right, the Creative and Performing Arts School, the revitalization of the Dundas, right? There's just so much happening at the same time in the same place, and I want to keep us tuned in to what's happening in that landscape.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see the focus on the arts.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially since we're such creative people, like to crack a joke, like to sing song and make up dance. That's who he is. Anyway, we're going to a break. You are on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Don't touch that dial.
You want to give your client the best material at the best prices, and you need to put food on the table. Well, check out these prices at Pinder Enterprises. 5/8 pressure-treated roofing ply, $68, includes VAT. By the way, all these prices include VAT. Great Select Water Shield, $134.20 a roll. Felt, 15 pounds, $16.50, 30 pounds, $19.80. Owens Corning Duration Shingles and Certainty Landmark Shingles, $56.56 a bundle. Gallon Roof Cement, $33.47. When it comes to screwing and nailing, Pinder got you covered. He got every nail and screw you could possibly need.
Everybody Wins Live is bringing you the ultimate giveaway, a brand new Cybertruck. For every $30 spent, you're in the drawing for the ultimate grand prize, a Cybertruck. Drawn live at the Vibes Cartel concert March 29th. You'll also be automatically entered to win tickets to see the world boss himself. 25 lucky winners every single week. Visit everybodywinslive.com to get into the game. See website for full terms and conditions. Must be 18 or over to participate.
As a healthcare professional, you dedicate your life to caring for others. But even with the best care, legal challenges can arise. Protect your practice and your peace of mind with medical malpractice insurance from Star General. At Star General, we've partnered with Lloyd's of London to bring you comprehensive professional liability insurance designed specifically for those consulting or practicing privately. Visit our website today so you can focus on what you do best, caring for your patients, while we take care of the rest. Star General, insurance made simple.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-23 or 8-cent packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Livingston, Josiah JP. Hey, mine, Livingston, Josiah JP. I hear la la la. Josiah JP. I hear la la la. Josiah JP. Don't mind Livingston, Josiah JP. Don't mind Livingston, Josiah JP. I hear la la la. Josiah JP. I hear la la la. Josiah JP. Going down Bremer Road, going down Bremer Road, going down Bremer Road. I can't lick nobody. Don't lick nobody. Don't lick nobody. Don't lick nobody. Don't lick nobody. Going down Harrow Road, going down Robinson Road, going down Carmichael Road. I can't lick nobody. Don't lick nobody. Don't lick nobody. Don't lick nobody. Don't lick nobody. Bullfrog dressed up in soldier clothes went to the river just to shoot some crows. Crows smell fire and they all fly away, Lord. Bullfrog get vexed and he cry all day.
Good morning. Welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. I am all out of time. I want to thank the Nassau Music Society for joining me this morning. There's two things I wanted to, there's lots in the papers, I could be honest with you. But I think this Nassau Music Society conversation was also very important. Did you all see the video of the man pushing the bus, the double-decker bus, up East Bay Street yesterday? Producer, I almost wanted you to keep that music playing in the background because that needs a soundtrack. A double-decker bus, obviously a tourist initiative, right? With tourists on the bus. Upper level, I imagine, lower level as well. One man pushing this bus up the road. I am certain that that's not the proper procedure or protocol. I say, okay, Miss Greene, don't be so pedantic. Don't be so tight and technical. The bus break down and he trying to push the bus somewhere. Why would he have pushed the bus past the gas station? Why would he have pushed the bus past the gas station? See, I fear that we're not taking anything seriously in this country anymore. See, because if I were that entity's insurer, I mean, me and you have to have a stiff talk about what common sense means. Who could have who could have thought that that was the appropriate thing to do in the moment? To push the bus to its destination. Somebody has to start regulating something. Because this madness is becoming regular. See, when those who ought to do what they know they ought to do, when they know they ought to do it, don't, then it's incumbent upon you to govern yourself. I'm trying to come and talk about that this morning, but then on my way to work, I was almost assaulted by another tow vehicle that decided that it did not want to wait at the stop sign to enter traffic. It was going to Dukes of Hazzard itself through the empty lot next to the corner and force its way into traffic. I mean, I thought maybe Trump had visited the Bahamas and they was trying to get him back to the airport dead quick. But you can't be the premier travel tour company if you're doing foolishness like that. Come on, this must mean, as you say, I got a text here, the texter, somebody else saw it. Good morning, in all fairness, Erin, it is an electric vehicle. So what? Who thought it was appropriate to push a disabled bus up East Bay Street with tourists on it? And then why would y'all just let one man push it? Something's terribly wrong. And I hope you all get it fixed. We're all out of time, producer. Is y'all acting like the bus electric mean anything? It's a motor vehicle. And it should not be operated in that manner. You guys stay tuned. Guardian Radio AM with C.A. Nuri is up next.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app. Nassau, Bahamas.